Hey you guys, PJD here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm here today to talk to you about Beauty Bakerie. I'll have the link for the company website and everything down below, but it's basically a natural, vegan lipstick line, liquid lipstick company, and I was eager to try their goodies, so I purchased a few. If you just go to their website, they'll immediately have this like 10% off. Submit your email and you'll get 10% off your first order. But when I was thinking of ordering, it was prior to the 4th of July weekend, so I said, perhaps they'll have a sale, and they did 20% off. So that's when I went ahead and actually purchased these. So let's just kind of talk about this very quickly. The packaging is lovely. I mean, really, really cute. And they actually have, I don't have it here, but they shipped it with these. They weren't decals, but these little paper ice cream cones that say like beautybakerie.com, and then their hashtag is caught caking. So that kind of thing. The whole theme of like baked goods runs through not only their packaging, because this almost looks like, aside from the shape being, more square, something that you could put a cupcake in if it had more height to it, right? So they really stick true to that bakery theme, except for two areas, which we'll discuss in a second, in my opinion. So yeah, this is the outside packaging. They ask you to recycle or reuse this box, which you definitely can. It's a nice sturdy one. This is the lip scrub I purchased. The lipsticks are in here separated by a divider. There was one more here, but I discarded that box already. One of these boxes. So this is what it comes in. Their liquid lipsticks are called lip whips. So even a whip, that kind of sounds like something you're whipping up in the kitchen, or some sort of like whipped cake or frosting. So again, they really stick true to the theme. I also picked up their lip scrub. I'm going to talk about this first before I even get to the other things, because I can tell you very quickly, and I'll have the prices and everything listed below. This I would not buy again, because let's take a look at it. You get 0.38 ounces for 12 bucks. And it has mineral oil in here and something else, but lots of other oils and stuff. And it has, of course, the sugar to really exfoliate your lips. But the amount of product, this is mainly all packaging and plastic. You can see the white product right there. Right? So 0.38 for 12 bucks, no thanks. That alone made me say no thanks. And then when I think of like one of my favorite scrubs of all time for the lips from Lush, you get 0.8 ounces, and it's, even though they raised the price too, but theirs is now $9, but at least you're getting way more product. And in addition to that, because typically, and this is now going to get personal, the way I scrub my lips, I put a lip balm on afterwards. So I don't necessarily need a lip scrub that will also moisturize. Like, I'm not looking for you to do everything. I just want to get the dead skin off. That's all I'm really looking for. So when you have a lip scrub like this, where it has this kind of really creamy nature to it, it has the sugar granules in there for you to exfoliate your lips. But then it has like, this one, did this one have shea butter in it? Oh, it had the mineral oil, sorry. It has the mineral oil and other things. Like, it's almost like you're putting sugar scrubs or sugar grains in Vaseline. So yes, after you scrub, there's still this coating left on your lips, which you could wipe away, and it's supposed to kind of leave them like almost like with a balm on top. I don't need that. So because this is that type, even though it exfoliates well, it's a good exfoliant, because some companies have a hard time finding the balance between having the enough granules that will actually exfoliate your lips, and if they are going to be this moisturizing type, and having that kind of a shea butter or whatever other base they're using in their scrub, so that you actually can get some exfoliating power out of it, and not just a few grains and then it's mainly shea butter you're rubbing on your lips, because that kind of defeats the purpose if you're going to call it a scrub. So this one, I found it did toe the line beautifully of not going overboard with the mineral oil that they have in here, and then not, well, you had enough sugar granules that you are able to exfoliate. It's just, I could have done even less of the mineral oil. I didn't want mineral oil in mine anyway, quite honestly. As I've said before, you can make your own lip scrub at home. Sugar, a little oil, done. And that could be it. But if you want like flavoring and all that kind of stuff, which they add in here, because this one does have kind of a sweet flavor to it, fine. Or the Lush one, which you can get in the bubblegum flavor, fine. But that one, even the Lush one, has a coloring to it. But whatever. So anyway, just for the amount of product that you get, even though it does work as a lip scrub, I wouldn't buy it again. I wouldn't pay 12 bucks for this tiny jar. Let me just show you the difference between, quickly, the Beauty Bakerie scrub. Look at their packaging and the small amount of product you get compared to the Lush one. And this is more expensive. This one, the Lush one, has as the first two ingredients sugar, and second ingredient jojoba oil. It does have flavor in it. It does have a coloring, and this one has mineral oil and jojoba oil and other good oils in it as well. But you're getting less products, and see, this one is more like creamy. Right? See that? I could like spread that down on my hand. This one, Lush, is more sugar. It's like a little pot of sugar. So I can't like put it on my hand and rest it there because it would run a sugar grain. So it would rub off, run down. Well, maybe I could just do a splattering. Okay, there you go. So you can even see the difference in it. Here it looks more, let me just put this up, creamy, something I can just, like I'm rubbing it right now. This one, the actual grains, and you can see because it has oil in it, it's leaving a little sheen behind, which is fine because I'm okay with a little oil. But this one is more like a, you could rub that down to a lip gloss. Not really, because it's going to feel annoying because of the granules, but I'm just saying that's the difference between the two. You can hear the Lush one. Thanks. Now let's get on to what everyone's been waiting for, the actual lipsticks. I got these 3 colors, and just looking at the packaging, so cute. You see this kind of like swirl design that even reminds me of like a soft serve ice cream that they put on the cone. So everything, again, that whole bakery theme. The 2 areas where I said I thought it didn't carry through is the fact that these are called lip whips. So I was thinking that the consistency of these liquid lipsticks would be more of like a moussey whip texture. It's not. So that's just the name of the product, which I knew it wouldn't because I did watch some reviews prior to ordering, and we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, so I thought it would be a whip consistency. It's not. And the other thing was I was hoping that it would have some delightful little baked good type of scent, and all of their names are like really cute, and it sounds like a dessert. And I was hoping it would have some sort of scent, and it doesn't. So those are the 2 areas where I felt it didn't all the way carry through with the theme. But again, that's apparently not what they're focusing on. They're focusing on the longevity of their liquid lipsticks and the them being able to be applied well on your lips. So with that in mind, let me just say, before I ordered these, I saw a good number of videos on YouTube, and there was a point where I even said, I don't think I'm going to buy these, because I really did see more people, at least for the videos that I clicked on, who had a negative experience with it, like it being patchy, they've had bad formulas, or the owner, the person who purchased it, felt like it was a bad formula, or a cheap formula, or so many other things. But in the end, I decided, let me pick it up. And the colors I was interested in are kind of the darkest shades that they offer. Cranberry Stiletto. This one is Raspberry Tiramisu. I'm going to swatch them all for you. And this one is She's Just Jelly. Yeah, She's Just Jelly is this one. Okay, so these are the 3 shades that I picked up. We'll probably start with the Cranberry Stiletto. I'm going to, if I do this video properly, I'm going to show you. There was a day when I actually had this on my lip. This was the first day I did like my full testing day. And if you're looking at that picture now, hopefully you are, that was in the morning when I put it on. Looked just fine. Later on in the day, I had lunch, and normally I don't like to eat with lipstick on my lips, but because this was supposed to be so long lasting, I decided to try it. I ate lunch. Everything was after lunch. I looked at my lips. Perfect. The only thing that I can tell you about this product when it comes to the longevity of it is this. If you are eating oily foods, because the very next day I had quite a different experience, because I had chicken roti for lunch, and the chicken had, it was a little oily, and that did take out like some of the inner rim. Maybe you're looking at that picture now too. So that day I did see some wear on it, but again, it's because it was oil, because this is removed by an oil-based lipstick remover. So that was kind of to be expected. I tried removing this with Bioderma, and it took some time because this isn't strong enough to remove this on its own. It actually took time. I have to use this oil and gel lipstick remover, which I get from Sephora for like $5 when it's on sale, or any oil you can use, because that, or oil-based cleanser, because that actually removes it quite well. So yes, I feel that out of all the liquid lipsticks that I own from so many different brands, this one stays on my lips the longest. Transfer? No, you will not get transfer. It's really, really good at staying on your lips. But let me say this, even if it's staying on your lips, that first day that I mentioned that I was testing it, where I ate lunch, everything, and it was still on my lips looking as if, you know, no color had been removed. But here's what did happen. As I'm passing food through my lips or between my lips, even as I was eating grapes and stuff that day, just the moisture of it makes the lipstick, or the area where it's touching, it makes it look less matte and more shiny. So now, so the areas on my lip where it didn't touch, it looked and remained matte, but the area where liquid was touching, it was kind of glossier looking, right? So, and also this one has a little bit of, you'll see when I put it on, a little bit of tackiness as you kind of press your lips together. You kind of roll them apart, kind of. It's not horrible, but it has a little bit of that. So as you're eating things, if moisture is like touching your lips, that increases, right? The more tacky and kind of stick together your lips will become. But it's so yeah, so anyway, so that's what happened with that. It stayed on my lips really long, but that day was the only time that I did take it off, because it looked a little more shiny here and more matte here, and I just wanted it to all look matte. So I took it off, not because the color was gone, but because the appearance of the lipstick was not the same in all areas of my lips, and I just wanted it to be more uniform. I think that's all. And oh, it dries very quickly, but I'll have the drying time listed. The drying time, I'm going to time it, but the drying time I'm almost certain is the same for all of them. And I'm going to put Cranberry Stiletto on first. I'm just getting the timer ready. But yeah, $20, okay, that's a good amount of money. I'm happy that I paid less, that I got it while it was on sale. But these are the in terms of longevity, these are the best liquid lipsticks that I've used. I like the packaging with the teal top. I think this is the one they're going with now. So if you order, this is the type of packaging you should get. However, the patchiness was another issue that some people had. And let me just swatch Cranberry Stiletto. By the way, look at that rose gold piece here. Oh, and it says Beauty Bakerie going around. I really like the packaging. But anyway, let me just swatch this for you. A little cranberry shade for you. Lovely. There we go. And I'm going to apply this on screen only because I want you to see, because some people are mentioning how it was patchy and everything. And I understand where that could come in, but I think patchiness, which many liquid lipstick brands deal with when they move into the darker shade ranges. So I think though it's able to be fixed with this one a little better than some of the other companies. Okay, so let me just zoom in and start swatching. All right. Okay, can you see? And once it's like applied to my lips, then I'm going to, oh, sloppy. I'm going to start the timer. So look at that. Let me come closer. Okay, so now I'm going to start the timer. And then we'll come back and look and see how it actually looks on the lip. I can see that I already put more on top than on the bottom, because that's drying looking a little lighter than what I have up top, but we'll see. Now I'm going to cut the camera off because you saw the application process. So now I'm going to come off camera, let this dry. I'll come back. I'll have the drying time down below. You'll see what it looks like on my lips, and we'll take it from there. Be right back. Okay, so actually when you time things, I'm going to stop the stopper right now. You actually see that it takes a little longer than the way it feels when you're just applying your lipstick in the morning or whenever and going about your business. So now I'm just going to do a little, maybe I'll do the palm of my hand, because that's a little, maybe it'll be a little easier for you to see if it's transferring. Okay, look at that. Okay, hard. Let me go hard. And my lip was kind of open there. Oh, that's my foundation. Okay, so look, you got that one dot, and that was definitely from like the inner portion. I shouldn't have kissed like that. Let me try it like this. Yeah, good. Nada. So this one, as I mentioned, it stays on. The comfort level. For me, this is a comfortable fit. And as you can see, because you saw kind of when I was putting it on, that I didn't go as hard with the bottom as I did with the top. Like it seemed to be like more juice I had on the tube. So let me, because now you may care about layering, because now I may want to get the bottom a little darker. So there you go. Okay, so now that one, once it dries, should match the top. So I just did that just for the purposes of getting them a bit more even in terms of the appearance. But anywho, yeah, so this stays on. This is what it looks like on the hand once it's been, you know, fully dried. I can see it may have a little more drying to do right there at the edge. But yeah, pretty much this is the color Cranberry Stiletto. Oh, why did I go on the side? I thought I had more time to dry. Look at that. Look, you can see the pressure on my finger, right? Boom. I'm trying to drag down color. Look at that. It's really good. I mean, this thing likes to adhere to your lips, but, oh, I just put this layer on. But, okay, as it's drying, maybe you can feel or see what I'm talking about. Look at, I'm going to press my lips together and attempt to pull them apart, and you'll see the little, like, that. Okay, so it does that, and the more you have moist things passing between your lips, the more that will intensify, but the color won't leave your lips. So as you have, like, as I mentioned before, because I had been eating grapes and stuff, not just now, but that day at work when I was testing. So the more that you have like moist things passing between your lips, the more that level of kind of tackiness will intensify. I've noticed, and even as I was drinking water from the bottle, no straw and all that stuff, it was getting more and more glossy looking right there. But again, the color was still intact. So if you're concerned with the color being there, it's going to be there. If you're not eating oily foods, the color will be there. It's just a matter of, will it look matte as it does right now? See, look at that. I love it. I love the shade. I think it looks great. And patchiness for this, no. I like it. That looks like a nice uniform application. And you saw that I was able to layer it because I put a second coating on the bottom. I mean, this is really nice. When I did a kiss like this, it was getting makeup from my chin, not like the actual lipstick. This is good stuff. So I'm going to take this off with my oil makeup remover. Or maybe I should show you what Bioderma would do. Too bad I don't have like a cotton swab there. But this is Bioderma, which I know people love to remove makeup. But the first ingredient is, yeah, water, right? It's a micellar type of water. So it doesn't start with oil. It's not the first ingredient. Look, look, look. Nothing, nothing. I'm trying to take this off with Bioderma. Now, if you keep going, because now I see a little bit of the red, it will, you know, eventually come off, but it's going to be look at it's going to be a struggle. I was just pressing hard with this Bioderma on this napkin, but now I just put my all-in-one gel remover because the first ingredient, it's oil. This is an oil-based remover, and look, already the color is coming off. Yep, much better. So it's coming off now. So I'm just going to take this off camera and come back and show you the swatches for the other two colors that I picked up. Be right back. And now I'm back with Raspberry Tiramisu. So I'm just going to swatch this. And it's funny because before, when I had rubbed the swatch on my hand of Cranberry Stiletto, even the area that I thought still wasn't fully dry yet, it still didn't smudge. So anyway, this is Raspberry Tiramisu. Like a pretty kind of berry color. I'll apply this on screen because now we're going darker with the shades. So I want you to see if the patchiness comes into play with some of the darker colors. You judge for yourself. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So you see this one goes on kind of light. The other reason I went to do the live swatch with this one, sorry, I know that was sloppy, is because I did see tiramisu, raspberry tiramisu, and some of the other shades, I did stick it back in the tube just now, look a little different on different people. So I wanted you to not only see it on my complexion, but I wanted you to see how much is required to kind of get the intensity of what you saw or what you may have seen online. So there we go. The top row looks pretty good, but the bottom is already drying, but I'm going to go in again. And as you can see, with that light application, it doesn't look really patchy or anything to me. Maybe it looks a little lighter right there. But I am going to go in right now with another layer just to deepen this up a bit. I'm going to actually go one more time. And then, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that and let this dry. So that was what, 3 coatings or so? Anyhow, I'm going to back up. This is raspberry tiramisu, but still wet. Here it is on my hand. Okay, and I'll come back after it's dry so you can take it. So I'm back. This is raspberry tiramisu, all dried on the lips. Kiss test, there we go. Okay, now that, again, that was the inner. Why do I keep doing the kiss test like that? Wait. But still, you saw it was like minimal, but that was like inside rim. Let me do more. Yeah, there you see nothing, right? So when I go on the inner rim, it gets a little sketchy, but because that time always needs a little bit more time to dry, that area. So anyhow, that part, when it's like just the surface of the lips, fine. When I start going like this to do the kiss test, it gets a little crazy. So anyhow, here it is on my hand. Boom, raspberry. Look, okay, you can see the pressure point, right? Not faking this. Boom, it's not dragging down. This, let me see. I should get, oh, I have a little liquid from here. Let's see how. Well, you already saw with the Bioderma. Right, so I'm trying to drag down here with liquid on my hand. You can't see that, but it was water. So just got a little smudge here, but that wasn't from the water. That was from my hard pull down from before. But still, I mean, that is good. Like, who's pressing that firmly on the lips? This is good stuff. So raspberry tiramisu, I'm going to move a little closer. Now, I can tell you that right now, although it doesn't look patchy on the lips necessarily. See, well, maybe you'll say that. A little darker right here. And maybe right here, all right? But that, you know, is, I'm going to attribute that to my application process. But again, this is not a bad product when it comes to the need to layer and put more on to get to the desired consistency or intensity, I should say. Yeah. So that's how raspberry tiramisu basically applies. I wanted you to see that because I saw some really, really vampy tiramisu looks. And this is about the, you know, the darkest I've been able to get it, where it looks pretty much the same on both lips. I would still need to do a little bit actually more at the bottom, but for the most part, this is it. Let me go a little more because now it's looking light. It was my intention to make this a short video, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, here we go. I can see I wasn't even here, so let me just do a full swipe. Now look, this is how the cookie crumbles. This is raspberry tiramisu on the lips. So, patchiness, you know, it's, I wouldn't say that the formulas that I received were patchy. I would just, well, for the 2 that I just showed you, we'll get to She's Just Jelly in a second. I would just say, and again, this too, a part of it could be my natural lip color, but anyhow, you see how you have to build the tiramisu one up a bit because it was a little lighter when I put it on initially, but then I did more coatings. Like, see how my top just looks nice, deep, cute, and the bottom one is just looking slightly lighter than the top, you know. But again, you've seen that happen with me with other lip swatches from other brands, so you know that could just be a lip tone thing. So to add more wouldn't really be an issue because I've noticed that this one, as I add more on top, even as I did for a Cranberry stiletto, it wasn't like getting flaky or weird on the lips, so I was fine with layering those 2. We'll get to She's Just Jelly right now. So I'm going to take this off and put on She's Just Jelly. And we're back now with the deepest shade that I purchased, She's Just Jelly. And I'm just going to swatch that here, and you can just see already it's the deepest one. Let me just give it a little more on that swatch. Okay, there we go. She's just jelly. Sorry. All right. So it's like a purplish shade, and I've seen like some pictures online of this one applied to some lips where it just looks like not suede, like velvet, just like purple velvet on the lips. So let's see what happens as I apply She's Just Jelly. I'm gonna come in a little closer for this. So boom, from the tube, here we go. Okay, so you see that initial swipe, and now I'm just spreading it across. See how light it gets? Okay, now this one, let me just finish doing that. Let's decide as a community, are we going to call this patchy? For this one, I would say, yeah, because even here, let me swipe it across again. And maybe I'll go back in the tube so it's like equally juiced. Equally juiced. What? Even still here, I can see a little lightness through there. Okay, and let's go to the top now. Sorry for the silence. So I just want to try to apply this as best as I can, because I can even see, like, it looks lighter here. Right? You see what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, so that looks like I filled that in not horribly. Okay, let's see how it dries. I can already see it because I've been using She's Just Jelly. A lovely color. It looks extra dark as I just zoomed out, but yeah, this is the shade. We're gonna see how it dries. Let's see how it dried on the hand. Yeah, pretty well on the hand actually. I see it looks a little lighter on this section, but I'm going to take a pause for the cause. We'll see how it dries when I come back in 2 seconds. Okay, I am back with a dry She's Just Jelly application on my lips. Here it is, here it is, here it is. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so with the darkest shade, She's Just Jelly, I'm going to smile. See how here it looks lighter, and here, bottom row, here, here. Okay, so again, because it's not horrible with layering, you can try to, you know, do some like little fill-in work, but personally, I have found She's Just Jelly to be the hardest one to work with. And again, this is, oh, I shouldn't have pressed them together. Ah, yeah, that's what happened. Oh man. Anyway, I found She's Just Jelly to be the most difficult one to work with because I've gone through this process. See, it even looks lighter there. I could tell it's going to dry like that. I've had this happen before many times with She's Just Jelly where it's not exactly even, but because this is not the most difficult brand to kind of layer, I've been able to kind of do some patchwork and try to fill in the spaces and make it look more uniform. But again, this shade out of the 3 that I purchased is the most difficult for me to work with. But once you get it, like the others, it stays on and it's nice and all that stuff. I'm going to tell you. But anyway, I just wanted you to see the shades. Here they go. A little patchy with the She's Just Jelly. Yeah, a little patchy. Okay, so I put more on, so let's see. Oh, sorry. Has to focus. And see here, still, it needs a little work here. Maybe a little there, and I didn't put more on the top row, but yeah, it got a little better. Just needs a little more help there and there, because when I smile, all right, I just want to fix stuff there, and I may do a little fix up there, but for the most part, it's okay. And again, because this brand is pretty good when it comes to the ability to layer it, you can make out pretty well with them. But yeah, so I just had to come back and show you this. I was washing my hands off with soap. Now, you may have seen this if you follow the Beauty Bakerie on Instagram and stuff. Soap and water. Soap and water. Look. Look. All right, so just a little color has come off. So because I was under the sink washing, I said, wait, I should show, look, I'm pressing hard. This is no joke, right? I'm pressing hard. And this is what's come off, and this is what remains. Seriously, like cranberry stiletto is not budging. Raspberry tiramisu is the only one that's really showing where she's just jelly is hanging on tough. And that's the one I put on last. So if anything, you would think, oh, that one may, you know, come off. No. This stuff... it's here, it's kind of here to stay. So, but the moment you use like use this oil and gel thing, oil is what does the trick. Look, you can already see the colors mixing and coming off. That's what will do it. So make sure you have an oil-based remover when you are prepared to take this off. Yep, there we go. Now we see some progress. So overall, would I purchase from this company again? I would. The shipping time, I got it in about, I want to say like 5 to 7 business days. So yeah, it was okay. It was fine. So I got the product not in a long period of time. So that was cool. They send you the tracking information. They keep you up to date with when they're shipping stuff out, whatever. That was fine. I just wouldn't do the scrub again because it's too small of an amount of product that they're selling for $12, the regular price. The lipsticks I would do again. I, just like with other brands too, may shy away from some of the deeper shades, but things like if you're stopping in the raspberry tiramisu range or certainly the cranberry stiletto, I think these are just fine and I like them. And as always, I'm looking for sales when I purchase things. So if they have more colors that are appealing to me, like some of the lighter shades don't necessarily appeal to me, and some of the other shades that I do like from the brand, like I think they had one called gingerbread, but I feel like I have shades that look just like that already. So that I may not purchase, but if they come out with some new shades that are, you know, really interesting to me, then I can certainly see myself purchasing from the Beauty Bakerie again. But yeah, I'm fine with these that I have right now. And I like their packaging, shipping, anything else I'm missing to tell you about. I think that's about it. So that's kind of the long and short of it for the Beauty Bakerie. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave them below and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.